Hello there, I'm Marj Boyer. Today I'm talking to Paul Woods, who's the Managing Director and founder of Proactive Dispatch. Thanks for taking the time, Paul, because I know you're extremely busy at the moment.
No problem.
So thanks for that. Could you tell me, Paul, when did you set the business up and why did you set this business up? What is it?
I set this business up in 2008, literally a week before Lehman Brothers went bump.
Whoa.
Everyone at the time said I was crazy, but I knew I'd got an opportunity to create something special. I started the business after 17 years within the industry. I had the privilege of working for some big companies, some smaller companies, and I've tried to take all the good stuff they do and use it and get rid of all the stuff that perhaps wasn't quite as good. In 2008, I was working for a PLC. It was a PLC that was a turnaround organisation, and it wasn't. It was losing quite a lot of money, and as a team, we turned it to a break-even point. But in basically at the end of August 2008, I walked into work to be told I hadn't got a job anymore, and in fact, I wasn't going to get paid for the month that I'd just done. And could I tell all my staff the same thing that I'd been told? With that in mind, I thought, oh my goodness, what on earth do I tell my girlfriend that we just bought a lovely house, we based around my good salary, and technically, Marge, we've got no way of paying for it, no way of actually paying for that more, paying for the house. So I thought, right, I know, I'll leave that call, I'll talk to her later, and I'll speak to a couple of customers. And I spoke to one customer, a chap called Wayne, Wayne Burt, and I'll be forever in Wayne's debt. I said to Wayne at the time that I was really grateful for his custom, but I wouldn't be able to look after him anymore as I'd lost my position. He said, Paul, we don't deal with people. We don't deal with companies, we deal with people. He said, if you start a courier business, we'll be your first customer and we'll support you. Goodness me. So I drove home, really minding and running all sorts of different directions. Put my key in the door, opened the door. I said to my girlfriend at the time, I said, bad news, I've lost my job. Good news, I'm actually going to start a business on Monday. She thought I was completely bonkers. To her credit, she backed me, and I worked really hard on the Friday, I worked really hard on the Saturday, the Sunday, and we were trading on the Monday.
Gosh.
Absolutely phenomenal. And the customer was true to his word, and he gave us the business from day one.
That's
and
amazing.
we've still got that customer now.
So you've kept that customer all the way since day one?
Yeah, very much so. But I was very conscious that you can't sort of keep all your eggs in one basket. And I wanted to use what was quite a bad situation for me and turn it into a good one. I'd always wanted to run a courier business. I'd always wanted to run my own business, but it's quite difficult to take that final push when you're being paid a nice salary, you know, so opportunity knocks sometimes.
And I gather not only has your working environment changed completely since the company that you work for had a problem.
Yes.
But life's been not too good to you either, has it?
Well, do you know, life is what you make it. And I'm a firm believer it's not actually what happens to you, but how you respond to what happens to you that's the most important thing. I don't know whether you're familiar with the term, but I've got cerebral palsy, and for years I refused to be labelled in that way. I refused to acknowledge the fact that I've got a disability. Now I've realised as a business owner I'm in quite a privileged position where I can actually perhaps inspire a few people and encourage other people to realise that they can pretty much achieve what they want to if their attitude is correct and their mindset is right as well.
So it really is about life throwing stuff at anybody, but it's how you deal with it that matters.
Yeah, very much so. It's all about, it's not necessarily about skills and qualifications and education, it's about attitude. And if your attitude is right, you can do whatever you want to do.
So you started this business in 2008 on a Monday morning.
Yes, scary Monday morning.
Yes. How have you grown this business from then till now, and what problems have you encountered along the way?
The business now, we've grown, we've grown like that, and that's really a testament to two things really. One is the fact that we're obsessed about excuse the pun, delivering great service. We're a customer service business first, but a courier business second. We deliver fantastic service, even if I say so myself. But I realised that you've got to surround yourself with good people. I'm very blessed that I've got some wonderful staff that work with us, Marj, that are passionate about the business. If using a metaphor, they're really on the bus.
Yeah.
So I'm very blessed. I've got good people and great customer service ethics across the business.
And so you surrounded yourself with good people, obviously.
Yes.
And you've grown this business, but you must have come across some obstacles along the way.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, it's a very competitive market. There's probably a couple of hundred similar businesses within a short radius of where we are. But we're very passionate about making sure again, excuse the pun, go the extra mile. We communicate with our customers, we talk to them. We don't just try and win new customers, we try and keep the ones we've got, we keep them really, really happy. One of the biggest challenges that I have is really finding the right people to work with. Drivers, I'm not interested in drivers, whether they've got 15 years experience, 10 years experience, it cuts no ice with me. I want smiling ambassadors that are going to, we actually call them smiling ambassadors, people that are going to represent our business in the best possible way. And we work really hard to find the right people with the right attitude and the right standards of appearance, and they have to talk to customers in the same way that we do. Yeah. As you know, Marj, as a sales team, it can take 12, 18 months to win a customer, only for a disgruntled driver to go in grunting at someone to lose it all. So that's the biggest challenge, is not just accepting anyone, but finding the right people. And again, I'm very fortunate that we've managed to find a good bunch.
But I assume over time, since 2008 until now, 2014, it hasn't always been plain sailing. You've probably found what you thought were the right people, but turned out not to be the right people for your business. Yeah. That requires you to make difficult decisions, I assume. Absolutely.
I mean, there's two types of people. There's people that talk about doing something, and there's people that actually do the right thing. And when you've got a business that is fanatical, and I can't think of a stronger word than fanatical and obsessed about service, then not everyone matches up to that culture.
So your business is now growing.
Yes.
And your business is going to continue to grow. Where is it going? Where are you taking it from now on?
Well, we turn over just under £1 million a year currently, and I've set with my peer group and my staff, and we all agree to it and sign up to it. We're going to be a £10 million a year business in 10 years from now.
Whoa!
So 2024.
That's amazing.
Yes.
That's superb. Yeah. And presumably there are steps that you will take over the next 10 years to make that happen.
Absolutely. Just in essence, simply replicate and duplicate what we've already done.
Yeah.
Find great ambassadors that go out selling for us, get staff that talk to customers and make them feel really, really welcome, get staff that go above and beyond, do a bit more than's actually asked of them, and what we're trying to do is give the best possible customer experience that we can.
So looking at the past,
yes,
you started the business with nothing.
Yes.
You've built it to near as damn it £1 million business.
Yes.
You've had obstacles along the way,
yes,
and it is all, from your perspective, it's all about finding the right staff with the right culture that fits into your values.
Yes.
What would you say to any business that are either just starting off or that are trying to grow the business? What lessons have you learned?
The two biggest lessons that I've learned is if you get your service right, combine that with great people that reinforce the service, profit tends to follow. Keep an eye on your numbers. Know where you're at, know how much money you're making, or God forbid not making, as the case may be.
Yeah.
And never stop learning. Keep learning from people all the time. There's always knowledge that can be shared and passed around, and I think the day you feel you stop learning is the day you're dead.
Yeah, I can understand that. Is there one single piece of advice, if you had to choose just one?
Yes.
Is there one single piece of advice you would say to anybody that asked you?
Consistently look after your customers, and consistently look after your team and the people, and make sure that you stick to a certain standard. Don't chase profit, chase your standard.
Brilliant. That is very, very enlightening, I think.
Thank you.
One of the things that I found very refreshing is that when I asked you in the past what kind of business this is,
yes,
you tell me it's a customer service business, basically that happens to be in logistics.
Yes.
And I think that's the right way around, rather than a logistic company that's trying to give good customer service.
Yeah, the fact that we're a courier company is a byproduct.
I think that's superb. Thank you very, very much for your time.
Thank
Paul.
you, Marj. Much appreciated.
Not at all.
Thank you.